staying up too early. Maybe we could sleep. Make you banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend.
Really nice contrast of texture, which is super important. For me, food needs to be a contrast of textures and flavors. You have to have a balance of salt, sugar, and acid, and then you have to have soft, crunchy, and that sort of in between, you know, to give your mouth that sort of excitement. So every bite is a little different, every bite is a little bit more exciting, and so you don't get palate fatigue or bored.
Palate fatigue. I've never heard palate fatigue before. So would you get palate fatigue seeing that you've owned restaurants and you've
Not
done...
if I'm cooking in them.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
No.
Bring it, Bam.
Yeah,
no,
no.
Bam is Emerald. Sorry, not Bam.
It's okay.
Do you have your own little word that you say when you're cooking?
No, I don't.
No? Did you want to make
Lots
up
of
one now?
words. Yeah, I got lots of words.
Any that we can say on TV?
Probably not.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Very
Tasty. That's, you know, delicious and doable is my sort of slogan.
Delicious and doable.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
don't think it's worth it sharing recipes that are really, while they may be fantastic, but you know, who's going to do it? You know, I have a lot of respect for a lot of chefs who do some fantastic things that are just, you know, whether it be the molecular gastronomy or the classic French stuff, and that's just really labor intensive, and I think that's awesome. But I think for the average home cook, I think it's really important that people know that they could go to the supermarket, get some plain ingredients, and come home and make something that's extra special without having to exert a ton of energy or spend a lot of money on fancy things. I think if you shop seasonally and you shop smart, you can make yourself a fantastic meal. It's just a matter of knowing a few good recipes, a few basic techniques.
Where do you go to eat? If you wanted to be treated to a wonderful meal, is there like a favorite restaurant that you have, or can you say?
I have to say, living in San Francisco for as long as I have, and having Bay Cafe on the air for 9 years and hosting almost 800 chefs, we did 585 shows.
800 chefs?
Yeah, because when we first started, the first 3 years, we'd have 3 chefs a show.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so, 300 shows, and we have a lot of repeat chefs, but we had close to 800 chefs on
That's
the show.
amazing.
Bay Area chefs plus chefs from New York and Boston and Europe, anybody who's traveling through the Bay Area. And then a lot of, cookbook authors. Anyway, I know so many people in the restaurant industry. Wherever I go, I feel like I'm in a friend's house, because I know so many of the great chefs. And but I'm always discovering new places. I've lived in the sort of inner Richmond for about almost 10 years now, and first time ever I went to Q on Clement Street, and these people have been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Super nice couple who run this place. It's funky, it's delicious, it's awesome. There's something for everybody. So there's so many.
There are so many.
I mean, you can't go wrong in San Francisco. You really have to try hard to go wrong.
You ever been to the Blue Plate?
Of course.
I love the Blue Plate.
Plate.
I love the meatloaf there. Oh my God, to die for. But that's not a
that
plug.
area is really that is another. I mean, they say Valencia corridor is great, but even on the other side of that, in the Bernal Heights area, there's so many
Front Porch
and Emmy's Spaghetti Shack.
Yeah.
There's
Good stuff.
Lots of good stuff.
So do you ever get invited to dinner parties? I think people would just be so intimidated to have you at their house.
I do, but they let me know how intimidated they are. And Joyce Goldstein wrote an article many years ago when she was writing for the Chronicle. She had a column, and one of hers that sticks out in my mind was, chefs do not live on Mount Olympus. And it's about how people think that we walk around and we're constantly critiquing and judging other people's food, and we're like these food snobs. And the truth of the matter is that we would be happy with a 6-pack and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because we don't care, because we didn't have to make it. So it's just having somebody else cook for us is great. What we don't like is when we go to people's house and they overextend themselves. So one, they're in the kitchen the whole time. They're not with us because they're trying to impress us or trying to show that, hey, I'm not slacking because you're here. I really wanted you to know that I care about cooking. And it's like, you know what? That's too much. It's overworked. And be with me. I came here to hang out with you, not to, watch you break your neck trying to make dinner.
That's true. That would be intimidating, I think.
Also, I think it's really important that if you are going to invite a chef over, put him to work. Give them something to do. You're not going to insult them. You don't have to have them make dinner, but have them make the croutons or have them make the dressing or something like that will automatically put everybody at ease, because everybody's doing something, and it takes all that awkwardness away, because everybody's doing that, just shucking and jiving in the kitchen, and everybody's part of the party.
That's a good idea. Well, we got another minute going. I just want to talk about your other side venture here. You also musician. I almost said magician.
I was a magician when I was about 14, but now musician. Yeah, I have a great band. We're called the Back Burner Blues Band. We started about 7 years ago as just a fun lark. Got a bunch of chefs together to do a benefit for Meals on Wheels. And we had so much fun rehearsing that we kept the band together. And now we've got this great band with real musicians backing us up. A former Santana bass player.
Oh, great.
A guy who used to play with Buddy Love Band, or still plays with the Buddy Love Band. He's played with Steve Miller and a bunch of other people. John Otis on drums. And we do this thing called the GUMBO JAM, the second Friday of the month at Miss Pearl's Jam House. We make a pot of gumbo in front of the audience, and each musician gets featured in a song, and then we invite other musicians in the audience to play, and they add something to the gumbo. End of the set, everybody eats gumbo. So you dance, you eat gumbo, it's a party.
Hey,
it's all for free.
We're out of here. Please join us for the Gumbo Feast. We'll be there. It's been SF Live. I'm Christina Marie. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Waking up too early, maybe we could sleep. Make you banana pancakes, pretend like it's the weekend now. We could pretend it all the time. And can't you see that it's just rain?